Hello, Divine Feminine. We're going to do a Divine Masculine reading for you today. Thanks for joining us on the Conduits channel. I'm really glad to have you here. We are going to take a little bit of time to kind of look at what's going on in our Mr. Masculine's life. What's going on in the karmic situation. What's their potential mental perspective and outlook on what's going on, why they're doing the things that they're doing, why they are or are not talking to you. All of those things will surface in our reading today, I'm sure. They always do. But most importantly, as I'd like to point out, what's most important in your journey with your twin flame is your perspectives, your outlooks, how you're experiencing things and why. Because this is a special journey of awakening. It's a special journey of really stepping into your own and self-actualizing, becoming the super duper ultra powerful you, the best and highest version of yourself, and then experiencing the best and highest version of your life. That's what this journey is really all about. That's what it's always pushing you toward and directing you toward, because ultimately that's really what's important. And we can't get that from anybody else, right? We can't get that from anyone else. It has to be something that we create and something that happens within us. And this journey highlights that for us, if we allow it to. We can stay stuck, but we'll only remain stuck for as long as we're meant to be stuck. So that's actually all part of the journey too. So we don't really have to worry about that. You know, it's not something that we need to be super worried about. Like, the mind can be super tricky as we're overcoming it and transcending it. And one of the ways it loves to try to gain control again after your ego death is by telling you that you are doing this journey wrong and that you are stuck and that you're making mistakes. That's one of the ways it tries to be sneaky and get back in control. But you know what? It's all futile. The resistance of the mind. It's annoying as crap, but it's all futile, because once you've gone through this process, met your twin flame, you start to transcend and ascend. You cannot unknow what you know, and you cannot unexperience what you've experienced. So it's going to happen. The transformation is already going to happen. Can a caterpillar stop itself through willpower to not become a butterfly? No. And that's what the mind is trying to do. It's trying to act like it can stop this transformational process from happening by arguing with you about it. Sneaky little sucker. All right, at the bottom of the deck today, we have 7 of Cups in reverse. So this is the overall energy for your Divine Masculine's reading today. So with 7 of Cups in reverse, we have an energy of clarity. The illusion is ending, and a restored sense of knowing what like really is happening, not being clouded by perception and, you know, old energy. So this is a phenomenal card to have come up, because that means that your Divine Masculine is going through an awakening in their own particular way. So today our numerology numbers are 3 and 6. So we also have 9. You could say 3, 6, and 9. Or you could say 36 or 63. So that's kind of a cool combination of numbers there. But all right, so that's the overall for the reading today. We're going to look a little bit into the past. What has your Divine Masculine been going through in the past? And for this, shoot, I just picked this card up. I cannot, I can't believe I did this. Okay. Rookie move, although I'm not really a rookie. but this was a rookie move. I picked this card up and I wasn't looking at it. I picked it up with this hand. I grabbed it with this hand, and I don't know if it was up, right? Or I don't know which way it was, guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the meaning of both for this card, okay? So there must be a reason. Nothing's ever by chance. Everything happens for a reason, even mistakes, right? We're talking about that right now. Maybe that's why this happened, is to kind of show us that there's no such thing as chance, okay? So if we're meant to look at this card right now and not know if it was upright or in reverse, the universe does not make mistakes. We're meant to look at both meanings of this card. So we're going to go with the flow of that and see what it says. So 4 of Swords in the upright. We have this meaning behind this card, which is retreating, going into like a recovery mode, where you need to rest and reflect and just kind of recover from either lessons learned or life experiences, a chance to gain clarity, to reflect on who you are, the lessons that you need to learn, to just recenter yourself and maybe give yourself the time that you need to approach a situation with the right mindset, or like a refreshed, new, energetic energy and like point of action. We're going to look at it in the reverse as well. So 4 of Swords in the reverse is going to have an opposite energy of feeling kind of restless, not being comfortable with where you're at, feeling like some kind of a change needs to happen, going through an experience that you're not quite comfortable with. There's like the opposite feeling of needing to just chill versus feeling like you need to take action. So we're going to kind of look at this. Again, sorry I did this, but I cannot remember if it was upright or in reverse. You guys have the ability and the secret power of being able to hit the reverse button, and you'll be able to see how I laid it out. But I can't do that while I'm recording it. So that's why I'm giving you the meaning behind both. So you can use that. Again, because it was presented that way, with the way that things happened, there's probably a message within that for more than one type of person. It was obviously meant to be read both ways today. That never really typically happens, but I always try to be mindful as I'm grabbing these cards what I'm doing. But I had a moment where apparently I was meant to be a little absent-minded. So anyway, karmic situation in recent past. We have Knight of Swords in reverse and 4 of Cups. So there is a feeling of not really being too connected, not feeling like needs or emotions in a relationship are being met. That can oftentimes be a sign that personal and inner growth, where we meet our own needs, are being ignored and overlooked in favor of thinking that it's this other person's responsibility to meet and fulfill our needs. Now, a relationship really is a transactional kind of exchange, even in a healthy relationship and a healthy relationship dynamic, because you can love someone unconditionally, which means that the love that you have for them isn't based upon any condition. But if things get to be too toxic or too unhealthy, we do have to make decisions to also honor ourselves enough and love ourselves enough to not subject ourselves to any type of abuse or, poor situation that isn't good and healthy for us. We have to have a balance there, right? We can't completely forgo ourselves. I mean, I suppose we could, but it just wouldn't be healthy. And it's not good for the other person. And oftentimes when we sacrifice ourselves in pursuit of trying to, make ourselves the martyr on behalf of somebody else's happiness, we just both end up being unhappy. And so I think that a lesson is being learned there for your divine masculine as they face some types of situations that are kind of illuminating that maybe they're putting an undue burden on their partner, but at the same time, maybe there's some toxicity going on, and this really just truly isn't the right relationship for your divine masculine. There's a lot of different ways that this could surface in a relationship, but oftentimes it does point toward it not being a very good relationship, especially when you couple it along with the Knight of Swords in reverse. That means it's probably that there's an abusive type of situation going on. There's verbal and emotional, putting each other down, arguing, just real deliberate cruelty, maybe some serious animosity has built between the two of these people, but some serious anger issues are coming out and needs are not being met. And I don't think it's necessarily that the needs of your divine masculine or the needs of the karmic person are misplaced, but they cannot be met in a toxic situation. And someone's going to have to decide, whether it's your divine masculine or the karmic partner that they're with, that enough is enough. And either changes are made and, they can come back together in harmony, or it's time for a split. And oftentimes, the patterns are just so deeply rooted that a split is really what is necessary. But that doesn't always take place as soon as we might think that it should. But until karmic bonds are broken through lessons learned, people will remain in very unhealthy situations. So toward you, divine feminine, we have the Devil and we have 5 of Wands. So there's been a connection between the two of you, but it has some serious interference of energy that is coming from this karmic dynamic that your divine masculine is entangled in. There's a serious feeling of like a tug of war going on between your divine masculine's inner self and their externalized world. They see a connection with you guys, but their perception of life and relationships and how to react and respond is very skewed. And that makes it very, very difficult for them to show up in a way that is healthy for both of you guys. There could be like it's like this filter that is over your divine masculine's eyes, and their reality and perception of reality is so skewed that they cannot see the relationship with you clearly. It's got a very unhealthy filter overlaid on top of it, because of all of this unresolved energy in their karmic relationship. And it seems to me in this particular reading that the roots of those connections and issues with the karmic are very deeply rooted. They're seeded from past traumas before they even met the karmic, family relationships for both of them that kind of set them up to end up in this type of relationship. And it's an absolutely necessary part for both of them to learn some serious lessons. But unfortunately, this has also had a very negative impact on their relationship with you in the past. They've not been able to be honest and straightforward and authentic with you. There's probably been some cover up and some lies and some, just like misleading things that have been told to you that your divine masculine is going to have to reconcile within themselves. Not of your doing, but I'm sure it's part of the journey, which means, of course, just like this card flipped one way or the other, it's meant to happen that way because they need to learn some lessons from you, and you need to learn some lessons from them. So something in you needs to be looked at as to like why you're allowing this kind of behavior. How come you're not putting up boundaries? Loving them unconditionally does not mean that you allow yourself to get trampled all over. So you're needing to look at, why am I putting myself in this position? If this person is so obviously not ready for a relationship and is entangled in this giant mess over here, why am I even subjecting myself to this? Like, yes, there's an attraction. Yes, there's a pull. Yes, there's a side to this person I really like, but they are clearly not ready, which means I'm also in some ways not ready, because I've got to stop and take a look at myself. We are each other's teacher and student simultaneously. So while you're teaching Divine Masculine, they're teaching you. While you are learning from them, they are learning from you. And so kind of look at that situation, Divine Feminine, and internalize that. You know, what's really necessary. Maybe the lesson that they need to learn is that they're going to lose something that's very, very valuable to them if they cannot align their inner self and being with what it is that they actually want. All right, so recent or current situations. We have Two of Wands in reverse. Plans are falling apart. Your Divine Masculine is still not seeing the bigger picture right now. They're very, very much still entangled in all of their problems that have kind of shown up from all this past drama stuff. They're very much entangled with it still. And they will be until they don't need to be. When negative things show up in our lives, they're only showing up in our lives to teach us something. And when we don't resonate with whatever lesson needs to be learned anymore, and we resolve that inner conflict within ourselves and stop being double-minded in some way and having conflicting negative energy that is interfering with our positive energy, then we can remain in that positive. You know, you look at a glass, it's half empty, half full. Which one is it? Is it half empty or is it half full? Some people will say it's half empty. Some people will say it's half full. Some people will chuckle and laugh and be like, oh, I know that you're playing a trick on me, but I'm this kind of person or I'm that kind of person. But most people will not look at that and say it's both and recognize that they have a choice 100% of the time, all the time, to choose this or to choose that. One's not right or wrong. It's just a choice. It's like a choose your own adventure, and down this path is experience, down this path is experience. But you are the creator and you get to choose. And so your Divine Masculine is learning right now that they have more than one way. They haven't figured that out by any means. They don't even have, they probably don't even have a concept of duality yet. But sometimes they might. If they're a little bit further along in this journey. But oftentimes they're just still in a place of just dualistic reaction, being double-minded and not seeing how their actions are split. And so this journey is teaching them those lessons just like it's teaching you those lessons. They are coming into alignment. They're going through an awakening process. It's just not going to look exactly like yours, Divine Feminine, but that's what they're going through. And they're going to get there. They're going to get there. The same tree of life that's nurturing you and teaching you is the same tree of life that's nurturing them and teaching them. This karmic situation that they are in currently, how is it showing up? We've got 5 of Cups and 10 of Wands, both of which are in reverse. So they vacillate back and forth between feeling like, oh my gosh, it's done, it's over, to maybe this can get better. I'm feeling hopeful. And there is a huge, because they are both so in these, like I've been saying, this double-minded energy, they're vacillating back and forth between positive and negative, feeling like the glass is half full, everything's good, everything's great now. And then, oh my gosh, everything's terrible, it's awful, life sucks, I can't stand being in this situation, I want to break up, oh no, I want to stay together, no, I want to break up, oh, I want to stay together. You may be getting a lot of these mixed messages from your Divine Masculine and feel like you just don't know what's up and what's down with them. And that's because they don't know what's up and what's down, okay? They are very, very confused in this karmic situation. But clarity is going to come, right? We have that energy right here. Clarity is coming. This is all actually happening to give them that clarity, to teach them what they need to know in order for them to really become refined and to change what needs to be changed. So they may actually even get to a place where they might be like taking a break from the karmic situation that they're in. Like they might go in one of these little phases and be like, you know what, I'm done. I'm breaking up, or the karmic's going to break up with them. And it's going to seem like this, like, okay, finally they're figuring it out. But that could come back around and happen in and out. There could be an ebb and flow to that goes on for a period of time as these lessons are being learned. So don't blame any of that on you. This is their lessons, their energy that we're talking about, and just kind of how it's affecting you. But this is all them, okay? And you don't even need to worry about that because that's between them and their higher self and God, right? Not you. It's between you and your higher self and God, okay? Let that be your guidance. Surrender to that. Let that be your guide, and all things will fall into place. And you'll feel a lot more peaceful along the way too, I promise. So toward you currently, we have 9 of Pentacles and 6 of Pentacles. 9 of Pentacles is in reverse. There's a feeling of jealousy, envy. They're a little jealous of where you are at. Your energy is very calming to them. But the fact that your energy is so calming makes them question things because they've got trust issues. And so they're a little bit jealous. And you may actually even notice some unhealthy behaviors of maybe them questioning or even trying to pull you down a little bit. And I'm sorry if that's the case, you know. But you can't fall to that. You have to be responsible for your energy and see through the DM's BS when that kind of stuff happens. Okay, because the truth is that they are very much feeling like this relationship between the two of you is one of the healthier things that they've experienced in a long, long time. There's a constant pull toward you of a feeling of like, they just can't even put their finger on it, but their mind comes in with a lot of, again, interference energy, making them question and doubt it. And that's all coming from these lessons that they need to learn and overcome so they can get to a place of peace. But they want it. It's like bait. It's like alluring to them, right? You're alluring and there's a gravitational pull and they love being around your energy. But at the same time, they're like, no, this is scary. This is messed up. I have to go. I cannot trust this. I cannot trust it. So they come in and they go out. They go in and they go out, right? And you're just left there going, what in the heck? Like you cannot even plan anything around that. You can't even, trust. It's creating trust issues in you, right? Because then you're like, wait, what's going on here? Like I made plans and then they cancel, or I made plans. They told me this, they told me that, and then now they're doing this and they're doing that. Like I can't, how do I even know you can't. That's the purpose of this journey. Do not look at your divine masculine for any type of guidance at all. They're going to be wishy-washy, ebb and flow in and out until you stop and go within and find the true constant direction and with source, with going with it. That's the purpose of this journey. That's why every twin goes through this crazy back and forth crap. The runner, we call it the runner chaser phase. But really what it is the wake up and rely on yourself, that inner peace and compass and knowledge of source. If you guys have not already, please like and subscribe to our channel. We really, really appreciate your support. We're trying to reach as many people as we possibly can, and your support really helps us to do that. Also, if you are interested in our group calls, if you're interested in a one-on-one or a personal tarot reading, all of that information is in the description box below. You can sign up. We have several different packages for each one of those options. And, it all depends on, what it is that you're looking for and how much you are looking to invest. But we wanted to try to make it easy, so we've given you several different options. All of them are valuable. Our goal is to help people and to connect with people who are going through this extraordinarily confusing journey so that they can center themselves and get in touch with the only true master and only true guru that can actually guide you, which is not me, it's you. And I'm just here as a facilitator to kind of remind you and put you back into alignment with what can really, truly help you, which is knowing who you are, recognizing your divinity and your worth, and following your own inner compass, and giving you guys a network of people who all have that same goal in mind so that we can support each other. So if you're interested in being a part of that, please check us out at the-conduits.com and sign up. Thank you. All right. The Hanged Man. This is what we're looking at for near future possible outcomes, not set in stone because you are the creator and so is your divine masculine. But at the core, you guys are one and the same. So I have two hands, they're doing two different tasks, but the one goal that the soul has, both are facilitating. So you and your divine masculine are helping the soul in whatever it is that is the soul's goal. So aligning with that is important, recognizing that you are the soul at the core. The Hanged Man. So with this kind of energy, wisdom, self-sacrifice, having a different perspective. This is where all of this is leading your divine masculine. Wisdom. It's knowledge combined with experience. Knowledge is of the mind. Experiences of the soul. You combine both of those together and you have wisdom. You can know a lot of things, but you don't have any experience in it. Psh, what do you got? Just knowledge. You got some experience. You had an experience, but you don't have any knowledge about what or why or how what just happened to you happened. You got the experience, but you don't have the knowledge. Either way, you don't have wisdom, but when you take both, you create a powerful and focused force, which is the goal of your soul, so that you can bring into this world what it is that the soul wants you to. And that is for you to tune into and figure out, because no one can do what you can do. You're not a mistake. You are an extraordinary, unique, mixed blueprint that is meant to bring something into this world that nobody else can. Toward the karmic situation, after this shift kind of takes place, what is going to happen? King of Swords and Six of Cups in reverse. There's going to be a moment in time where your divine masculine really stops and goes, wait a minute. Why am I expending so much time, emotion, and energy on this situation that is obviously unhealthy? I have had extraordinarily unrealistic expectations. I have been living in the past and I've been extremely naive and unfair, and so has this karmic person. And they're going to see themselves in the reflection of the other. And they're going to learn the lesson that is meant to be learned. And those karmic bonds are going to be broken. Because we're only bound what we believe ourselves to be bound by. And we put ourselves in that situation. We do it purposely because we consent to it. We don't realize we're consenting to it because we have, we don't understand how these laws work. But the soul does. And we're learning these things for a reason. And your divine masculine is going to have some serious epiphanies taking place where it's going to give them the clarity and the understanding that they need in order to make better and proper decisions with their life and direct their energy in a way that's going to bring about the kinds of circumstances and results that they actually want to experience. And that leads us over to you, Divine Feminine. For you, we have Knight of Cups and Eight of Wands. A beautiful, amazing relationship that has taught the two of you so much. You've caught two great cards here that are both pointing toward the fact that a quick and abrupt change is going to take place in the relationship between you and your divine masculine. And you will not know the place and you will not know the time. And you don't need to worry about that because the divine timing of it is already set in stone and created by the heavens above. Now, that doesn't mean that you know what this shift and change is going to be. I don't even know what it's going to be for you, because you know what? Every single person's journey is extraordinarily unique and different. And how it shows up for them, and when and where, and the lessons learned and all that kind of stuff are very, very different. How do we know it's a twin flame relationship then? Well, because how do you know that this is a hand when every single fingerprint on everyone's hand is so unique and different that we can find anyone in the world based upon their fingerprint, and it cannot be mistaken for anyone else's. That's how unique they are. But we all know a hand when we see a hand, right? Because they're all the same, yet they're extraordinarily unique. Same thing with the twin flame journey. You're definitely on a twin flame journey. Even when your mind doubts it, you are on a twin flame journey. You wouldn't be here right now if you were not. But how it's going to happen, the way it's going to develop, what the relationship is going to teach you and show you is going to be extraordinarily unique for each and every one of you. And the whole purpose of it is for you to come into the highest and best version of yourself, to experience the highest and best version of life that you can experience. Because why? Because you deserve it, divine feminine. That's why. And so does your divine masculine. And your soul knows it. And all you have to do is trust the journey. Trust the journey within. Stop looking outside of yourself and start looking inside of yourself. And that's where you're going to find all of the answers. Let's use this one today. Yoink. All right. I feel like, oops, this one is going to go well with the other deck. It's my Cosmic Journey Oracle deck right here. For those of you who would like to know. And we'll get you a nice card. Again, if you guys have not already, please like and subscribe. We super appreciate it. We love you guys. We absolutely love you guys. We love that you're on this journey. We love that you're here sharing it with us. And just like anything else, we are each other's teachers and students. We highly value your contribution. So, ooh, ancestor. Interesting. Your ancestors, or your divine masculine's ancestors, are probably coming forward with a message right now. So we're going to look at that and see what that message is. Give me a second. I'll find it in the deck. All right. Found it. Attributes. History, lineage, community, family, and relationships. Your ancestors, I think I'm going to sneeze. Hold on. Phew! I don't know why, but I hardly ever sneeze. But for some reason lately when I've been doing these readings, I have had a serious case of the sneezels. I don't know what it is. I do apologize, you guys. I don't know why. Okay, so your ancestors within your lineage made you. Somehow they managed to survive and thrive in order to ensure that you are here. Your ancestors make up a portion of who you are, but you get to choose which pieces you utilize. It's not fixed or predetermined. Your ancestors speak in terms of community, family, and right relationships. Pick any ancestor from your family tree to bring into conversation. They're all watching and rooting for you. Do you have a message for me? What was the relationship like with your mother and father? What did you long for but never have realized? What are you most proud of that not everyone knew about? These are the types of questions that you can ask your ancestors. Some of you love to connect with ancestors, and some of you may or may not. But either way, whether we choose to acknowledge these types of things or not, they usually have some type of working in our life. Whether it's current and ancestors are there helping you along the way, which they probably are, or whether or not it's just the mere fact that you exist because your ancestors existed. There's an energy there, an energy force that is passed from being to being as we move through the realms of this world. And we do have and should have a deep appreciation and respect for our lineage that brought us to where we're at. And many of us, as we're going through this awakening, have come to realize that we are chain breakers. We are here going through this awakening in order to make serious changes to our lineage that was passed down to us, so that the fruits of that lineage in the future will be positioned to experience life from a higher perspective. Cultivate yourself, invest in yourself, be the best version of who you can be, because you're not only doing it for yourself, you're doing it for those around you, and you're doing it for those that come after you, because like an echo or like ripples, in a pond, when you throw that rock in, the ripples that you leave behind in time and space go on and on and on for eternity, Divine Feminine. And you're going through a beautiful awakening for a reason, and so is your Divine Masculine, and you're both making a difference in this world. So focus on who you are, focus on what is the most important to you, refine yourself, hone in on that special bullseye that is yours and yours alone, and do not let anything, even your Divine Masculine, distract you from reaching that space. Okay? I love you guys. I appreciate you guys being here. I know I keep saying it, but I do. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Take care.